I want to get a sense, first of all, across the business, how are you seeing and managing any supply chain interruption? What's the biggest impact so far of COVID-19 on your business?
Well, I think, first, everybody's working from home. That's not the best way to work. And you're not sure if even the workers are already working or not. People are depressed. They feel imprisoned because they can't move out of the house. I believe that this situation has a limit on time. If you ask people to be quarantined or to be locked in, so how long can you do that without interrupting food supply, all the other economic cycle, the whole cycle, transportation, export, import, If we are all going to be locked in and if all the factories are going to close down and people are not going to be producing, there's a limit to how long you can do that. Even if this crisis stays for 2 or 3 or 4 months, I don't think we can lock everybody at home for 3 or 4 months, because logically everything will drop down. It's not just that the economy will be wasted, but it's also the production.
Okay.
So we have a lot of problems with this situation.
Naguib, are you assuming recession? Are you worried about the dreaded D word, depression? What is the risk of a recession? Are you seeing the hallmarks of recession in your business? Are you concerned about depression?
No, it's going to come. It's not like we see it right now, but it's a logical consequence of what we are already doing. I'm not sure whether telling everybody to be stuck at home and because of this virus is going to, for more than 2 or 3 weeks, is a solution. It's just not a solution. So we better start thinking about a release, how we will release that, how can we send people back to work, and still fight the virus, So I'm not seeing a recession right now, and all the measures governments are taking, you think of it in another way. If they reduce the interest and they postpone the installments and so on, okay, that's nice, okay. But what about production?
Okay.
The production has been halted, people, I don't know if they're still farming, are factories still producing? No, they're not. So you're going to end up with a big hole in supply, and I don't know what is the consequences of that. Besides the recession, you can end up with a lot of problems, even in medical care. Are people in pharmaceutical companies working or not?
Naguib, we saw the Egyptian central bank cut rates by 3%, the largest cut ever. Is that something that will really help businessmen like you? Will that really help the economy out there?
Yes, on a face of it, on a short term, yes. But again, think of it. Imagine if you press the button pause on production, if you press the button pause on dealings, on trading, on importing, on exporting. Even people now, they reduce the interest rate, but people are not buying. People are scared to buy anything now. Everybody's holding to his cash. Even gold, I'm the largest investor in gold. Even gold shares are going down because people are selling these shares to cover margin calls,
Would you be a buyer of gold at these levels? We've often talked about the proportion of your wealth exposure in gold. Are you adding to that at the moment? Give me your take on the gold situation.
Yes, I am, because I believe that when this crisis, when people are done covering their margin calls, it's going to go up. And what's happening now, even refineries, for example, are not able to work 100% of their capacity. Take the refineries in Switzerland, for example. Their main workforce is from Italy, so they're not traveling anymore. So the refineries also will start losing in production, and then it means that you will have a shortage of physical gold. So I'm still a buyer, and I'm still increasing my position.
Okay, so you're buying physical gold and gold stocks. Where can gold get to on that constriction when the market realizes?
No, I'm only buying mining shares. I'm increasing my stake in my companies because you know, the cost of producing an ounce is much lesser than the gold price itself, you know.
Okay, and in terms of protecting yourself, we see this rush to cash in these markets. Is that something that you are doing?
No, I'm not doing. Because I have a very small exposure to loans, and so I'm comfortable. You know, so if I can build up cash position now, I would do that. Yes.
The last time we spoke, you said that Italy was somewhere that you would deploy $1/3 billion. Italy is in I suppose, for want of better words, in pure turmoil and lockdown. And perhaps it's not the appropriate moment to say what are the opportunities. But in times of crisis, where will the opportunities come in Italy? Would you put money to work in Italy when we pass through the worst of this?
I would, but, you know, right now, you know, there's nothing functioning, you know, so you would wonder where to put the money, you know. But there will be other opportunities. Italy is not the only country in Europe which is suffering. So there could be opportunities coming up now, you know, of consolidation. I think what should happen now in many industries is consolidations, whether it's in telecom or internet or even in mining. Mining companies should consolidate right now and come together because these are difficult times, and we need to extract synergies to reduce our overall cost, you know.